An inspection fail that I'll sometimes still see is confusion in the NEC of what they mean about small appliance circuits. So NEC 21052B1 tells us which areas apply to these receptacles, and it would be the kitchen area, the pantry, a breakfast area, or the dining room, or similar areas would be required to meet 21052B1, 2 or more 20 amp small appliance circuits supplying these receptacles. Dining rooms are one of the areas that are mentioned. And at times, I'll still find electricians make the dining room a 15 amp circuit and don't consider it being included in the small appliance circuits that are required. And another area of confusion that still comes up is refrigerators, whether or not they have to be on a dedicated circuit or they're part of the small appliance circuits. And 21011C1 points us back to 21052B1, which tells us that receptacle outlets for refrigeration equipment is included in those small appliance circuits. Now, there is an exception in 21052B1, which allows you to add a separate circuit for appliance equipment like refrigerators. So you have two compliance options that will work with refrigerators. You can put it on a separate circuit, a separate 15 amp, if the manufacturer allows that for the load requirements of the refrigerator, or you put it on one of the appliance circuits. Again, 2 or more 20 amp appliance circuits, that's where I think people get tripped up. So the confusion that can sometimes come up is that electricians think I have to put the refrigerator on a separate 20 amp circuit, which is not true. You can have it on one of the appliance circuits, or they don't put the dining room on a 20 amp circuit. Instead, they put it on a 15 amp circuit. So typically in the field, when we did residential, what we would do is we'd do 2 appliance circuits that would serve the counter. We'd put the refrigerator on a separate 15, and we put the dining room on a separate 20. That would be how we would circuit dwelling units. You would think those 2 appliance circuits are just for appliances that are serving the countertop, and wouldn't think the refrigerator could be on those circuits or an eating room could be on those circuits. But again, those are required to be 20 amp circuits. The dining room has to be 20 amp, and any of those eating areas we talked about have to be 20 amp. So they have to be part of the 2 or more required 20 amp small appliance circuits. If you want a simple guide to help you pass your next kitchen inspection, I created a checklist that you can take with you in the field, either digitally or on paper, that will help you pass your next kitchen inspection. Also, if you want an inspector level detailed breakdown, you can go to my site, buildingcodegeek.com, where I break down AFCI and GFCI requirements for different areas in dwelling units, different areas in the kitchen. And I'll leave links for both of those in the description and the pinned comments.